What's up, students, and welcome back to another resource in our relationship series, ILY. Now remember, our number one goal for this series is for you to make a plan. That's right, make a plan for either your current relationships or your future relationships. Today we're going to be talking about boundary stones.
Boundary stones.
Back in the day, you would put out boundary stones that would tell everyone that passed by that this property was taken, and not only taken, but it was your property. Now let's pretend that these salt lamps are boundary stones. Now, obviously these are not really real boundary stones because back in the day they would be a lot bigger to mark your property, but for now they'll do, all right? So let's pretend these are our boundary stones, and you would place these out in your property, and by doing this, you were telling everyone that everything inside of this land was my land. It's taken, I own it, do not cross it. If you do, I will defend it. Hi-ya! So what do boundary stones and our relationships have to do with each other? A lot. You see, having boundary stones are crucial to have in place before you enter into a relationship. Now, all of you must have boundary stones that mark out how far is too far. How far are you going to go physically and emotionally in your relationships? Now, remember, we are making a plan. If you think the members of the opposite sex are gross and nasty, that is awesome, but you still need to make a plan. And some of you wish that you were in a relationship right now, and you're just waiting for someone to ask you out. So you've got to make a plan and put boundary stones that you establish that make it clear how far you're going to go physically in a relationship. Also, real quick, check it. If you are into relationships or in a relationship, then let me give you my pastoral and fatherly advice. And it would be to do this. Wait. That's right, wait. Hold off until you are at least 16 years old to be in any kind of relationship. And if you can, wait longer. All right, I mean that. Let love sleep until it so desires, until you are ready. If you're in a relationship right now, then my advice would be to end it. That's right. End it. Go back to just being friends and spend these years hanging with your friends, pursuing your passions, and learning about who God designed you to be. Serve and develop your talents and avoid the drama.
Avoid the drama for your mama.
Now, I know that some of you think this is prehistoric and sounds a little crazy because everything is telling you that you need to be in a relationship, and because of that, you're in one. But no matter where you're at on the spectrum, you need to throw some boundary stones out before you go any further. Here's why. Boundary stones help with self-control. Boundary stones put boundaries around your relationships. And most of us have never thought of our relationships needed boundaries, but they do, and these boundaries help us with self-control. YourDictionary.com defines self-control as this. It says, the ability to manage your actions, feelings, and emotions. That's a great definition. The Bible speaks a lot about self-control. Here's just a few of the verses. Check this out. Now, Proverbs 16:32 says, better a patient person than a warrior, one with self-control than one who takes a city. 1 Thessalonians 5:6 says, so then, let us not be like others who are asleep, but let us be alert and self-controlled. Here's the thing about self-control. It's not easy. And we can see that God is reminding us in the Bible to be and exercise self-control. So what's the big deal? That's a fair question, all right? Because all of this can sound like a bunch of rules, and I'm trying to hold you back from having a lot of fun that everybody else seems to be having. But that's not the case.
The
big deal about using and having self-control and putting boundary stones in place and making a plan and letting love sleep until it so desires is this. Because it honors God. That's right. It honors God. That's what all of this is about. When you do the things that we are teaching you, it honors God in our life. Do you want to honor God with your body? Do you want to honor God in your relationships, either now or in the future? Do you honor God in your everyday, in how you treat people, or how you treat your parents, or how you treat your siblings? Do you honor God with what you look at and what you think about? We set up boundary stones in our relationships because it helps us to honor God. Here are a few examples of boundary stones that you need to go ahead and lay out to help with self-control. The first one is this. Ask yourself this question. Am I going slow into this friendship? Now, if you're in a relationship, ask yourself this. Do I really need to be in this relationship? I mean, couldn't we be just friends for now? Ask yourself this. Am I even mature enough to be in a relationship right now? Are you going to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't believe what you believe?
But they are so cute.
I know, but do they believe what you believe?
She's the prettiest girl in school.
I'm sure she is, but does she even go to church? You see, if you enter into a relationship with someone who doesn't have a personal relationship with Jesus, then they will pull you away from your relationship with Jesus. More examples of boundary stones for you. Are you going to post cheesy, perfect looking pictures of your relationship all over social media? In your relationship, will you hug or not? What about holding hands? Do you think holding hands is a big deal, or is it something that you just do? Kissing. Kissing on the cheek, pop kiss, or a deep tongue kiss. Will you cuddle or snuggle? Will you be alone in their room or your room, or their house or your house? What about late night conversations over Snap or FaceTime? What about lying down together? The reason these are so huge and you need to know where your boundaries are is because self-control is hard, and once these physical things start happening, you will start to lose control. For our relationships, we have to make a plan. Let love sleep until we are ready and establish boundary stones on how physical we are going to be in a relationship.